Jeff Brown in the house.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
I'm well, sir. I'm well.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Yeah.
I like the feel in there, sir.
Oh man, thank you. It's purple. Royalty colors. Royalty colors.
Right? Right?
Like royalty colors.
Royalty.
Royalty colors.
Yeah.
You know. So. So this is. I know I didn't. This is just off the cuff. I'm going to start probably doing podcasts and talking about some things about career and a few other stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah. And wait, hold on a second. Hold on. All right. There we go. So, but I wanted to just bring you on a little bit,
man.
maybe as an introduction.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, you're one of my close friends, Broham, and I know I wanted to publicly say thank you for coming to my 50th party.
Oh, bro.
You and Evan had made it special, and it's a different thing from me now. You know what I mean?
Right?
I mean, it really is. And so my goal, I'm trying to change over a few things for my career and what I'm doing now. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm looking to really launch out into the deep, do my own thing, you know, touring, and doing Tracy Carter, aka Trey Carr.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sharing my music and sharing my life. And I have done so many things in this music industry over the past 30 years. To where it's time for me. I'm actually ready to strike. I've been striking, but I've been striking with everybody else rather than for myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I'm actually glad I'm about to dive into you. I'm about to get it in.
Yeah,
Music.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you cleaned that up. Yeah. But
clean what up?
Let's not forget that the time that we are in, that it's only time for you to do stuff like that, Tracy. It's
right.
Only time. It's the creator he's not given any more courtesy. He's not given any more leeway. He's not allowing for any more excuses for you not to do what you were put here to do.
Oh yeah.
And no more you gonna make it all the way through your life when you're supposed to be doing what he put you here to do, but instead you decided to be a bus driver, or you decided you was gonna work at FedEx. That's not gonna work out for you no more. Whoever is listening to me, that the creator needed us to go into this conversation so you can hear it. This is we supposed to be doing what we supposed to be doing, Tracy. It's real clear from this background music what you supposed to be doing. Real clear. Yeah. So there's no look. He trying to reach his people. For some reason, he chose us.
Hey, man. I'm just part of the thread. That's all.
Yeah, man. So absolutely. I want to get with you as soon as possible so we can I got some Lucy Pearl ideas in my head.
Oh, really?
Man.
Ha.
Okay, I'm going to be arrogant here. I just don't think that the two of us are going to get in a room and make horrible music. I just really don't.
Oh, no. I mean, that, you know
we
what?
Just got to do it, man.
Jeff, that never happens. At the end of the day, I don't believe in making horrible music. I can't. It's not in my DNA. Sorry. I make cool grooves. Like I said, I've been a musician for over 30 some years. There's not too much I haven't done. I've done hip hop to jazz to R&B to funk to, I've been blessed to be well rounded in that area.
Right.
And I have fun in that. I don't, it's what it is. But the idea at the end of the day, it's like what Quincy Jones said, it's making songs that fit, making stuff that sits. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what that is. If you can't do that, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, well, bruh. I mean, you'll get no argument from me.
Nah. Right. Yeah.
You get no argument from me at all. I'm gonna say this, and then I have to go tuck Mrs. Brown in, which is
Yes, sir.
yeah. So I'll bring Horatio. This is meet Horatio. I'll bring Horatio into the conversation. I really believe, brother, that I'm gonna be. I don't know how to not dream big. I'm Jimmy and Terry arrogant. I'm Gamble and Huff arrogant.
Oh, okay.
I think we could do something like that. I think I really do. I think there's something about that. I think you're the chocolate. You're the chocolate. Chocolate is, bro. From Godiva to Hershey's. There's no such thing as bad chocolate. There's good chocolate and there's great chocolate, but there's no bad chocolate. It's like pizza.
Nah, dark chocolate. Everybody can't take the flavor of dark chocolate.
Well, not everybody yet.
Yeah, not everybody. I mean,
it's an acquired taste.
Yes, it is. It's a very much acquired taste.
Now, peanut butter. What the hell is that?
Hey, I love peanut butter.
That's just some mashed up peanuts.
Listen,
that's really what it is.
With a little bit of salt and some oil.
With a little bit of salt. That's me.
And some oil.
That's me. So we put the chocolate with the peanut butter. I'm telling you something, man. You put a musical genius next to somebody who doesn't know the key. You put a musical genius next to someone who only writes in the key of L.
Oh, really?
I only write in the key of L. Okay. So you put them two together, man. I'm trying to tell you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, dude.
Oh, you having your weed time? I get it.
Oh, yes. And what's this here? That's Horatio. It's my man.
That is hilarious.
Yes. What say you, Horatio?
What say you?
Horatio agrees.
Horatio agrees.
He agrees.
Okay.
He agrees. So yeah, man. I think I really do. I think we're this week is bananas for me. But
yeah.
I think the week after or sometime we gotta get into the studio, and I want you to see what I've I think we'll have this conversation. I gotta run.
Okay.
I've cut the cord on Reason.
Did you?
I'm purely Logic from this place.
Really? What made you do it? I mean, I haven't completely left Reasons because there's some things I do in there, and I'll just transfer them over to Pro Tools or Logic. But yeah.
Well, for me, Reason always was like a second hand, especially once you taught me blocks.
Oh yeah.
Reason, I had a great second hand with it and a great ability with it. But with all of the mixing capability and all of the expansive capability in Logic, I couldn't find a way. It felt counterproductive for me with my old workflow of make the beat, get the MIDI and the stems together in Reason, mix them to -10 or whatever, and then bounce them over and start mixing over there. Why don't I start here
Certain, yeah, I got
and
it.
use the elements like I use Dr. Rex and Kong.
Yes.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I
Kong
have
is, I mean, Kong and Dr. Rex is like having a Kai sampler and an MPC next to each other. So
yes.
those kind of work. They kind of work hand in hand. Yeah, they work hand in hand in that world.
So I put them in Reason Rack.
Oh, okay.
So I still got them. Those are the pieces I use.
Right.
But now it's much easier to get. You know, I now can't lie. I had contact stuff in the combinator with
yeah, you can mix the two.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you can still do.
Yeah.
You can still do.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it takes out the shuttle stem step.
Okay.
It takes that all out. If you just use Reason Rack and put those pieces in there, run them to Logic's board, and then I'm learning auxes and inserts and how to effectively use like vocal chains and drum chains. And
if you actually at one time worked on a 2-inch machine and a console, you would have a different perspective. That's what I started on. I started on a Triton board at the age of 17? Yeah, 17 in Sacramento.
Okay.
And I worked on an MCI 2-inch machine at 17. So my concept of recording and auxiliary sends and all that
is different.
Yeah, because I still look at it from point A to point B. So if whether it be stereo or mono or whatever, and sonically it still has to be like big. The digital world will actually have you going through this, going through that, and before you know it, by the time you get to your destination, it went from this, it just got this to that thin, and that doesn't always work. So if I can show you the basics of the old way of recording, I'd flip your whole head. You'd be like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." You'll have a different perspective even on your production, because you'll realize that you don't have to put so much stuff in certain places. You just like, and then you'll find out that you start compartmentalizing each phrasings or whatever you're doing. Like, oh, I can drag that and do that. That's what that is, and that's what that the pieces are. Because if your groove, at the end of the day, if your groove is not there, if your meat and potatoes is not like where it's supposed to be, you will not get the actual foundation of your song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I showed you Reasons, but you learned it to where like on 10.
Oh man, I love that.
You learned it on 10. So I said, okay, and I trusted Chip, that's dope. But you can minimize that down to this. You don't have to have a head freak while you're, recording or putting some other stuff in. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, that works out perfectly.
Well, with my new setup with Logic, it's a little different in that I got Contact set up multi-out that goes across. And it's like when you open it, you can open up Contact, then Omnisphere, Keyscape, couple of Arturia synths, and then the Reason Rack.
Right, and then
there you go.
And now you go. Right,
there you go. And then when you get your beat kind of where you want it, you go, okay, everybody that's not supposed to be in here, delete.
Right. Yeah.
And that's
a good setup.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got. And then I've got like one where they're always central for me around the drum mix. I have templates for Contact drums, a couple, because there are certain like studio linked. A lot of studio linked Contact libraries don't multi-out. They only come out of Contact 2-channel stereo, but
no, you can assign them with 4.
Oh, you can sign it with 16. You can sign it. I figured out how to sign it with 16, but you can only do that if the Kontakt library will allow it.
Will allow you, yeah.
So some Studio Link libraries won't allow you to come out.
To.
But even though you only come out of Kontakt 2-channel stereo, inside of the studio, inside of Kontakt, it's got its own mix. You can pre-mix it, pre-pan it, so that you have all of the functions. You just don't have them out there in Logic. You have them in Kontakt.
Right, in Kontakt, yeah.
So I had to get over, reverb is reverb.
Right.
Okay, it doesn't have to come from. What does it sound like? Not what company it came from. What does it sound like?
Well, wait. I'll beg to differ. I'll beg to differ. I'll tell you why. Because there are 4 major reverbs that are made differently.
Right.
So Capital, I don't know if you know, Capital was made by concrete and position of mics and speakers.
Right.
So, and theirs with a very understanding mic, that the reflections were measured, so you don't get the same as a metal plate.
Plate reverb, right?
Those are different. And the characteristics of the Capital are different from the ones that are on metal plates. Some are thick plates, some are very thin, some are like medium. There's another one, I forgot, it's called the 250, or even Lexicon for that matter. They made a digital one that's incredible. The older one, I gotta remember the name of it. We'll come back to it later on another time. But even for Lexicon, their reverb on what they made is absolutely like that was studio standard across the board for using anything for vocal backgrounds or for just for sound design. So every reverb is not the same. You have to find out how smooth other ones are. I figured, I've been working with them for about 15, 20 years.
Sure. So like some color your sound, some are warmer.
Yeah.
Some you want to maybe make an aux track and put the reverb heavy on that, and then bring it in very slow under the real track. A lot of tricks. Yeah, this is what I meant. Of course, there's a reason that you can buy a $1,000 reverb, or you can buy a $19 reverb.
Right. At that time, right. Because I think the Lexicon alone, it had a box that sat in somewhere, and you just turn dials from the actual control panel, and that alone was like almost, I think it was like 10 grand.
Right.
Yeah, and even I think Digitech got one that's incredible too. Still. Yeah, Digitech still got one. They had one that was actually almost identical. They were trying to come with it too. So there are companies that were actually doing it, but Lexicon, by far, it was like.
Like now, what is your favorite UAD reverb, and what's your favorite Waves reverb?
In my favorite reverb, let me show you the name of it. I'm gonna go to the name of it. My favorite reverb is the Lexicon 480L. I love using that because it changes dynamics.
UAD?
But it's still like the original. It's called the Lexicon. It has so many different presets, numbers on it. You can do so many things with it: the size, the RTM, the ship, the separation, the size, the HFC, the fill. So there's a lot of different things with that. And in Waves, I don't necessarily use Waves. I do every now and then if I needed to do a sound design to fix something, like a sample or change an algorithm or something of a sound I want to use. I'll use Waves for something to they have different tricks and stuff. I like working with phasers, reverb phasers, or just different effects that would change certain things. I did this a lot for my Shades of Me stuff,
Mhm.
but I'm still stuck on the original way of recording with the real stuff that UAVD
Mhm.
actually has, because you just can't get past it. That's for me.
Right.
I mean, I can say if you had a time, like if I could take you to, matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do that. I think by me working on your stuff, I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna have you come up with a budget. I'm gonna have you put some stuff together, and we'll go to like American Studios or Paramount Studios
Mhm.
for a day,
Mhm.
and I'll show you. We'll go there for at least a day,
Mhm.
or maybe 2 days, whatever. How you want it. If you got all the songs, and then just run them through this stuff, and maybe go through a real 2-inch, you're gonna hear a huge,
Yeah.
It's or go to Henson. We can go to Henson Studios. The experience you'll never have the same ever again.
Right.
Ever. You won't have the same experience ever again in life. Between those, working there and going and actually spending time in those type of rooms, or go to Westlake where Michael Jackson cut Thriller on a Neve console, you'll never have the same experience ever again. That's where Quincy Jones worked. They have a room that they did all the Thriller stuff in.
Where is Westlake?
Right off of Santa Monica. Santa Monica and Vine, I believe. Oh, by the record plant where Luther Vandross used to cut. Yeah. So if we get, maybe if I have all your stuff finished, and it's been 2 days in those rooms, and those experiences, you'll never have it. You'll be like, okay, it's a different thing.
Well, let's do this, man. Let's discuss what that number is.
Yeah, actually, we'll take care of that
and figure out, exactly how I'm supposed to live without kidneys in order to afford this.
Did you say without kidneys?
Without kidneys, I had to sell them both. I can't find anybody else to go in with me on this and give one kidney, and I give a kidney.
You are a man.
Take both of my kidneys.
Both of your kidneys, and an ear and
an ear,
an eye.
Man, that Jeff Brown album sounds fantastic, but that nigga is fucked up. Did you see him?
He's so
He looked like he fell in a wood chipper. Look at him. Jesus. Ear, kidney,
some teeth.
Hoping was worth it, big guy. What are you gonna do for your second album?
Oh my goodness, you're crazy.
Oh yeah, man. Let's look into that. Let's do that. Most Def, man. I gotta fly now, but
so we'll pick up. So like I wanted to get you on here. I know it's late. I see a few people on. Hey everybody, we're just having a conversation with Uncle Jeff and Tracy Carter, aka Trey Carr.
Yo.
Glad you guys popped in for a little bit. I'm actually in great dialogue. I wanted you guys to come on and check out. Please go to my website, check out Shades of Me album. My goal is to get 50,000 people to purchase and to spread out, spread love, spread a vibe. And I'm looking to come to a city near you to actually share my story and to play with my band and to give it to you. That's my goal. So I'm ready to do it. I did it at the out here at the winery, and it was a good turnout.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a great turnout. So, but now I have setting some other stuff up, trying to put some things in order. Even going back home to Sacramento and perform at the Guild Theater, where my brother used to perform at.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm ready to go down. I'm about to open some doors up and just going in. Yeah.
Okay. Well, bruh.
Yeah, man.
Keep me posted. I'm definitely interested. Want to get started as soon as possible. Yeah, man. Let's go. So,
all right, Jeff. Well, look, I won't hold you too long. So I know it's about 24 minutes. So we'll catch up. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
All right, brother.
All right.
Call me tomorrow. I love you, man.
Thank you, man.
All right.
All right, y'all. So again, it's your boy Tracy Carter. Go to my website. You see it there in a particular file. You see it, and just go check out my music. Yeah, Shades of Me. I have a few other albums too, but I'm really pushing this one. It's a real cool smooth jazz record. I put some time into it, and I want to be able to share it with you. And I hope you guys like it. And please respond. I would love to hear from you. I know you got to create some things and make some things happen. All right. So I'll talk to you soon. All right. God bless. Peace out.